I'm Rick Griffin with the Rico Learning Institute in Orlando, Florida. Today we're going to take a look at the IPA Service App. We're going to break this training into 3 separate modules. Part 1 is going to be simply how to navigate around the Service App. Part 2 is going to cover closing the call or the case number. And then part 3, we're going to take a look at the LMS features within the IPA Service App. First of all, the URL to get to the Service App is thinkipa.force.com/IPA web app. It is important that this I in IPA is a capital I. It will not work unless that is capitalized. So once you've put in the URL, you're going to pull up the website. We're going to log in using our Rico email address. In my case, richard.griffin. If you are a dealer student, then obviously you would use your dealer email address and then the password that was sent to us by IPA. Everyone who has completed the part 2 of the IPA course will be sent credentials to log on to the IPA Service App so that you can use it. Once we're logged into the IPA Service App, you're going to see these 6 large icons on the front page here. We're going to spend most of our time using this general search tab, but I would like to go over quickly with you these other icons here. Now, if you know the number associated with the LMS, you can go on to do a search by LMS. I happen to know that 1804 is the LMS to the Leesburg, Florida hospital. We're going to be using the Leesburg hospital as an example because it is close to me. I'm familiar with it. I've been there. I've assisted with PMs, and so I'm going to use this as the example there. For the sake of confidentiality, I'm not going to click on this button because if I did, it would show the username and password to the world for this LMS. So I'm going to use this screenshot here of what it would look like. You can see that the username and password are redacted here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on LMS here because I am going to cover that in the part 3 training. So back to here, let's go back to home. We've taken a look at searching LMS. Now let's search by equipment. If you know the serial number to equipment, you can look it up that way. I happen to know that 9065 is a serial number to one of the pieces of equipment at the Leesburg Hospital. So here's your information. It shows the date it was installed, the model, the location, the polling, also network information. I can see that right here the default gateway is missing. This is something that should be added when the next call is closed out, and I'm going to show you how to edit these files in this training series. Let's go back to our home page. So we've looked at how to search by LMS, how to search by equipment. I can also search by my cases. I don't have any cases that are open or closed, but if you have cases here, this is how you could go in and search for your cases. And then if I wanted to create a new case, I could go into this one here and I could create a new case. Not going to spend much time there. And then if I wanted to create a new contact, I could also do contact information there. Before we go to the general search tab, I don't want to neglect this icon at the bottom of the page here called Case Parts Training Video. This is a very helpful training video that covers how to order parts, whether they're for a case or for restock or for whatever. So if you've not yet seen this training video, I highly recommend that you watch that video. Now, the thing that I like about this general search tab, I can search by hospital name, I can search by city, by account, by case number, by contact, almost anything. So I can't remember the name of that hospital in Leesburg, so I'm just going to type in Leesburg and let's see what pulls up. Here we go, Leesburg Regional Medical Center. And I've got some information here about it. I'm going to go ahead and select that now. And I have the hospital information along with the primary contact. I can also access any of the cases here that I wanted to find out about. I could also access any of the equipment and find out more about that. And I could access the LMS information, which we'll be covering in a later segment. So that concludes part 1, how to navigate around the LMS. And I hope to see you back here for part 2.